Why don't you start off with the bad and then work our way to the good?
Start with the bad. Okay. Well, in February, we saw a drop in sales for February 2011 compared to February 2010. And while that doesn't sound good, we're actually seeing the market stabilize. And what I mean by that is, if you remember, last February, we had that first-time homebuyer tax credit. And we had a lot of lending regulations tighten up on us. So really, I think that we're just stabilizing at this point. We had a great January, and I think we're really just seeing the market stabilize at this point. We don't have the first-time homebuyer tax credit anymore. We are seeing interest rates starting to rise. And, of course, we still have the lending guidelines going on. They've increased the minimum credit scores necessary to purchase. And also, we've had a lot of loan officer compensation rules that have changed that started April 1st. And one of the big changes that starts actually this week is that FHA insurance is increasing. So a lot of lending changes going on, and I really think that we're just stabilizing at this point.
Yeah, and so you're probably thinking, as at least it sounds like to me, that February of 2010 was somewhat of an anomaly that
Right.
because of artificially high demand,
Right.
thanks to that special mortgage deal.
Yeah, that's right. That first-time homebuyer tax credit, boy, it had a lot of people excited.
Yeah, it did. And so it created artificially high demand, and therefore you had a good month as a result of that.
Exactly.
And so that's interesting. And so in terms of the, and I guess the good news is wrapped up with the bad news in that in spite of that, it still is far more stable than what we had been experiencing in recent months.
Correct. Well, in January, we had a great January, and I feel optimistic about spring. There are a lot of indicators that we're going to have a really good spring. Some of the great things out there, we have Builder Online ranked Houston number 7 in the healthiest housing markets for 2011, and it's also estimated that building permits are going to rise 30% this year, and also employment growth is rising. So I think that last year, Houston led the country in building permits issued, and I think we're definitely going to do that again this year.
Okay. What do you think is the big driver out there right now in the spring? I hear a lot of commercials, where people are talking about, we're getting near the end of the school year, now's a great time, do it during the summer, that type of thing.
That's right.
Is that a real driver at this time of the year?
Absolutely. This time of the year, over here at RREA, we call this home buying season. Our sellers are lining up their houses right now. We're getting all the videos made and getting them on the market, because in spring, this is when people like to start looking. By summer, they're really nailing down the house that they want so they can get their kids back in school by fall.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, it's rrea.tv to see the video that you're doing right now. People will be able to watch you later on, and that'll become available online.
Absolutely, that's right.
You guys got a fantastic studio. You guys are very cutting edge. Talk about how that plays a role in the way you do business.
Well, we're able to sell more houses, and we're able to sell them quickly. Houston still has the best market for selling a house. We can sell them faster here in Houston than you can in most parts of the country right now. And that's not just me saying that. I mean, that's through the MLS. It speaks for itself. And what we do is market those houses we market them in particular, not just the brokerage as a whole, so that when buyers are looking online to find a house, they can find the house, see the video of it, and give them a lot more information at their fingertips online. And also, of course, we always have agents standing by to show them the houses.
Yeah, good questions over at priceofbusinesstv.com. Is there a drop in new home sales or a drop in existing homes?
It's existing homes. These are through the MLS, so it's existing homes. And we actually have a lot of new starts for construction going on. And we have some neighborhoods that are closing out completely. We talked about that before. A lot of houses have still been selling through the winter months, and they're actually closing out some communities and starting new communities, which is a great thing.
Yep. And are Texans the ones buying these homes, or are we seeing a lot of people from out of state?
It's a mix. It's truly a mix.
Interesting. And and if you want to get more interesting information, I encourage you to go to rrea.com. That's rrea.com, and really they have a fantastic site, great resources there, great information to navigate people through the whole real estate process. And kind of talk to us a little bit about what kind of things that you do this time of the year that you would not do in other parts of the year.
Well, this time of the year, we're pushing our inventory because we know this is the time of the year that it sells. Of course, all year round, we're looking for buyers and helping buyers, but this is the time of the year when we know our inventory sells the best. We help our homeowners get prepared because we know the houses sell quickly, so they've got to be ready to move on to their next purchase home. So we help them with that process. And, our agents stay busy year round, but it's just spring is always the happening time. Everybody's getting their yards ready, getting the pools ready, making everything look pristine for the buyers coming in, because we do have a lot of out-of-town buyers as well as local buyers. And I'll tell you one really great thing going on. We are seeing consistent increases in rental properties, people renting out not only townhomes, but also single-family homes. So if you have people who want to put money into real estate, then rental properties are a great thing to purchase right now, because we list rental properties and they go right away. There's just a huge demand for rental properties right now.
And that makes a good case for investment property.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. And so what about on the foreclosure front? What are you seeing?
On the foreclosure front, we are actually seeing a decrease in foreclosures. They've actually decreased by 16%. We've had a 16% drop in the total number of foreclosure sales right now. So they're losing market share, which is a great thing because that's going to help our home prices to go back up and stabilize, whereas they were being used in some of the appraisals and comparables when listing other properties in the neighborhood. I think we're going to see a decrease in that this spring because we are seeing such a decrease in the foreclosures.
Yeah, and what kind of role is the difficulty that people are having in terms of qualifying for a loan in the home buying process?
Well, I'll tell you what, we had something really fantastic happen last week. We brought on an in-house lender to RREA, which was a great partnership because we can now take our buyers and help them get qualified and work directly with our in-house lender to follow through the process with them. But in general, we have we've kind of had the bar raised for credit scores. Interest rates obviously have been on the rise. We've also, we have these changes going on with lenders with their job stability and how they're getting paid. So we're seeing some changes in the overall market of lenders. And then we've got these FHA changes. So as where last year and previous years, you would see a lot of buyers buying less than $200,000 homes were leaning more towards FHAs, and now they're more conventional.
They're going to pull the plug on us. I do want to mention, and her follow-up point with that question was that probably is helping to drive rental home properties as well. People can't afford to get a home, so they get a rental. Okay,
right.
RREA.com, correct?
That's right. You can.
Phone number real quick.
281-288-3500.
Have a great rest of your day right here on Talk 650, powered by CBS Radio.